on, guys? It's Keith from Phoenix Hustle, and today we're going to be reviewing Cabinet of Secrets. So we're going to start off on the first episode is Lot 36. Lot 36. This episode stars Tim Blake Nelson as Nick, and Sebastian Reach as Ronald. So basically, in this episode, Nick buys a storage lot and he finds some books, and this man called Ronald says if he finds the fourth book, he'll give him a lot of money. So they go searching for the book, and basically, they find out Nick's storage lot is much smaller. So what basically happens is they find out there's a secret door to behind that lot. So they enter the lot, and then you find out the fourth book is there, but in front of the book there's a woman on the floor, but it looks like who's been sanitation ritualed. Ronald warns basically Nick not to break the seal, but Ronald more or less blows him off. I don't believe in curses, and basically he breaks the seal and tries to get the book, but then the woman who was on the ground as a ritual turns out there's a monster inside her, and they more or less after releasing the monster and basically killing both men in the process. My thoughts on the story is I thought the start of it was a good build up. It was really great to keep the story going, but I felt like after you find out the monsters in the storage lot, it kind of fell apart. There were some stupid moments like Ronald kind of warned him beforehand in the scene, and basically he just stood there and done nothing more or less. The monsters just devoured him, and he done nothing. So moving on to episode 2, and sorry folks, I'm just getting the name. Episode 2. Oh god damn it, this thing. It's Graveyard Rats. So basically, Graveyard Rats is basically a chap played by David Howard. I think I'll have it popped up on the screen here, and basically he is a cemetery caretaker, but he's also doing a bit of hustling on the side, where he's robbing the dead bodies' belongings. So basically, he discovers there's a big scar on the graves, but unfortunately, the rats are taking all the jewelry. So he finally has enough of it, and he follows the rats in the tunnel, where he's met with a big rat, and also he finds another valuable. He tries to take it, but in ending so, he ends up dying because when he tries to get out of the tunnel, he finds out he's locked in a grave. Coffin, and basically he can't get out, and when they finally do open the coffin, a pile of rats come out of him. So basically I thought this was a really strong episode. I thought they told their story, what they wanted to say, and a really cool episode. So episode 3 is called The Autopsy. So basically with The Autopsy, is starring Murphy Adram as Carl and Glenn Turman as the sheriff. So the sheriff calls in Carl to look at these dead miners, where I also get a name dropped. The name Brady is mentioned there, so a bit of a final kind of mentioned a little bit, you know what I mean? A little name drop from me. The sheriff tells Carl could he autopsy his body because it was a bit of weird behaviour from on missing people and stuff. So he's autopsying the bodies away, and we find out one of the bodies has an alien inside it, and the alien tries to take over Carl, but Carl was unfortunately not able to stop the alien from taking over, but he was able to stop the alien taking over anyone else, and basically saving his buddy the sheriff's life. So moving on to the next episode, we have I should have written it down on a piece of paper. I'm sorry, but it's the first time doing this, but what can you do? God damn it. 1 minute. Episode 4 is The Outside. This is starring Katie Mucci, I think that's her name. She's played Stacey, and this is starring Martin Starr, who's playing Keith. So another little bit of a my name reference, as you know. But basically, the character Katie's playing Stacey isn't a nice looking girl, but all she wants to do is fit in, and she gets her hands by a co-worker this bottle called Glow, and basically she starts using it, and she has a luxury ration to it. But then weird things that happen where her TV starts saying to her, "Keep using the Glow." But the reason why you're getting a rash is because you're getting rid of the old self. But Keith keeps on telling her, "Stop using the Glow. It's not good for you because like you're getting a horrible rash." But she doesn't listen, and eventually she ends up killing Keith is because she believes that he won't accept her for changing. And then basically the Glow takes her over, and it does fix her problems. And then she's back at the bank where they all obsessed about her. I think this episode wasn't the best episode. I felt like maybe 5 or 10 minutes could have been taken off and given to the first episode, Lot 36, because I felt like that could have had more time to bake. So, moving on to the next episode, we will have episode 5, and that is Pinkman's Model. So Pink Models is starring Ben Barnes, I believe, and Christopher Glover, the guy from Back to the Future, who never really ages. Basically, the character Ben plays, William, sees one of Pinkman's paintings, and what you call it, it has traumatized him for years. So he's more or less wants to burn his paintings because he doesn't want anyone else to be traumatized or self-harm from seeing the painting. So years later passes on, and he basically meets Pinkman again, but he believes the paintings are bad, and he destroys the paintings. But someone posted Pinkman's paintings up in the gallery, and basically Ben's wife, who's playing William's wife called Brecca, looks at the painting, and basically it affected her. And next time when he sees his wife after she's seen the painting, she's after taking her own her eyes out, and she's after killing their son by cooking them in the oven. So that is episode 5 done and dusted, and I thought this was another strong episode. And we're going to move on to episode 6, and this is called Dreams in the Witch of the House. So basically, Ron from Harry Potter is in this, Rupert Grant, who is playing William, and basically his character is, he had a twin who died when he was young, but the way she died was something out of another world. So he's spending years to find his twin sister by going to all these mediums and stuff, but he finds out they're all fake. But then eventually he finds someone who's out there bringing him to the world to get his sister out of wherever she was. He goes to this house as well with a witch in it and with a face rat or something, and basically destroys the witch and gets the sister out of wherever she was. But in doing so, the rat ends up killing William, and basically taking over his body. So the rat is controlling Walter now. So I thought this was another strong episode and really cool. And now we move on to the next episode, and this is going to be episode. It's obviously episode 7, but I'm just trying to remember all the names. It's called The Viewing, and I thought this was the worst episode of the lot. Well, maybe the last few minutes. Maybe if they took the first half of Lot 36 and this one, The Viewing, and took the ending, it could have made it one good episode, I believe. But The Viewing, it was kind of hard to tell. It stars Peter Walter, Steve. I'll have all the faces popping up, but basically there's yellow tint to it, so it kind of reminds me our first video at Gamer Fest. If you like the yellow tint, go check our next video. I'll have a pop there called Game Fest. But and also like and subscribe, and I'll have Instagram there and my Instagram if you want to give us a follow, please. But yeah, so with The Viewing, basically I think there's these more mediums, I believe, and they were they were basically like doing drugs for us. Like, so they started off with whiskey, drinking whiskey, and then he moved on to the weed, and then he moved on to coke, and then he went into the room, and then where the heads all blew off. But like there was good like 40 minutes of sitting around doing the drugs, and then they were like, you're wondering what the hell's going on. And I said there, they go in, and your man's head blows off, and they try to escape, and someone gets taken over by an alien form. So I thought this was the worst episode I've watched of the series. And now we're on to the final episode 8, and this is called the morning, I believe. So basically, this episode stars Andrew Lincoln from The Walking Dead, and Elisa Davis, who plays his wife called Nancy, and Andrew Lincoln, who plays Edgar. So they're basically bird watchers who like to examine birds' behaviours, and basically we find out in the story that they had a kid, and the kid died, and the Nancy character doesn't want to be touched by Edgar, so Edgar isn't kind of too pleased, as much. So as said there, they're going to review houses. Well, not review houses, to review more birds. So they go to this island and then review more birds, and we find out the last tenants who lived there, they ended up dying. Like the ma killed the son. So this story is revealed, and only Nancy is seeing these ghosts, while Edgar doesn't see him, and Edgar kind of thinks he's crazy. But eventually she finds out the mother killed the son, and basically he convinces the son to step into the light, and basically so freeing the son. And this also helped her to then finally talk to Edgar about her loss. And that was all the episodes from Cabinet of Secrets. So this was my first time I did a quick review. I said quick review, my opinion. So I thought maybe there was a few good episodes and a few episodes like that wasn't the best. But as I said there, also like and subscribe. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and hope to see you on the next one.